Okay, good evening, good morning. My name is Halia. I am a gold consultant with Art and Evolution. I've been here for about 3 years now. Today, we're going to go over how to master the invite when prospects are responding to your posts. So, like I said last week or the other day, it wasn't even a week ago yet. The other day, Sarah had briefly gone over Facebook, where to post, how to post, things of that nature. And she sent you guys this start.me. So what we're going to be focusing on today is how to invite people to meetings once they reach out to you, letting you know they're interested. So the first step is obviously like the post, right? So if you go into Facebook scripts, you can go into Facebook posts. Like she said, she showed you guys this. There are copy and paste posts for you guys that you can copy the text, and you can also just snag the infographics, go and post them. Just make sure you change your contact info. And then I also added the list of where to post them. Okay, so the list of different groups to post them in. We are open and licensed in the US, UK, Australia, and Mexico. Okay, so this does need to be updated, but that's the list. So once you have a post up and somebody responds to your post, then I'm going to show you guys how to invite them. Okay. So first thing is first, if they comment on your post, saying that they're interested, you want to tell them to message you. Okay. So when it comes to team building and really travel booking as well, but we're focusing on team building right now, it is really important to maintain your posture when you're speaking to prospects, okay? And part of that is having them follow the instructions on the post, right? Because all of our posts are going to say, message me for details, or text me, or DM me, right? So you want to make sure that they're messaging you in order to get the info for the meeting, okay? Sorry, it's early in the morning here, so my brain's not fully functioning. So you might hear a lot of ums, a lot of uhs. I might pause a little bit before my next word. So now we're going to go into that script process of how to invite them to meetings. So first things first, if they comment saying interested, or sometimes you'll see we'll have a keyword in those posts. They comment that keyword, always tell them to message you. Okay. So once they message you, that's when you're going to start this process. And with the comment back, I always just say, please message me. It's really simple. Okay. Keep it simple. As you'll when you guys start getting into more and more trainings, you'll see more and more of our trainers. One of my favorites is Charles Lee. He is our 5-star platinum. And he is the first $1 million income earner on the in our company for the residual side. Okay. So he is amazing. One of the things that he says is KISS, which is keep it simple, stupid, right? So that's really the theme of team building is keep it simple and keep your posture, okay? So let's get into the actual process of inviting them. So in Facebook, people are probably going to ask you like, oh, do you have a video like explaining it, blah, 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 right? They'll come up with a million different things. We don't want to send them to a video, okay? We want to make sure that we are checking them into a live meeting, okay? So like I said, they'll probably message you. You want to go ahead and message them back, or tell them to prompt them to message you. And then we're going to invite them to the meeting, schedule them, and then we're going to follow up with them and give them all the meeting info and all of that. So we're going to walk through all of that process right now. So again, first, please do not send them a video, okay? So there are a few different things. You can make them your friend on Facebook, so just friend request them. Or if your Facebook is in professional mode, which I highly suggest that it is, you can invite them to follow you, okay? So if they're liking your posts or they're liking your comments, you can invite them to follow you. And I will show you guys how to do that when I pull up my phone, okay? So we're going to kind of walk through the process first, and then I'll show you guys a live example of how to do that. And I'm also going to show you guys, like I said, Calendly, and a couple of examples of how to save your scripts. Okay. So you want to invite them to follow you or make them your friend. You want to engage in conversation, right? So typically they'll say something like, "Hi, I saw you're a travel agent and would like more information," or they'll text you or message you or comment that keyword, right? So you want to respond with, um, here we go. You want to respond with, "Thank you for inquiring regarding the travel agent opportunity. We are currently scheduling an online meeting at," and then you want to give the next meeting time. You can give them up to two choices. So this is if you're hand scheduling, you can give them up to two choices, but I would not give them more than that, okay? So when people have too many options, then people get a little overwhelmed. So we want to keep that, we want to prevent that from happening. So give them the next meeting time or next two meeting times. You can say, "Thank you for inquiring regarding the travel agent opportunity. We are currently scheduling an online meeting at X time or X time, where we go over our host agency, our pay structure, responsibilities of a travel agent, industry perks, etc. Which time works best for you?" So you can see this is very straightforward, right? We're keeping it simple, right? We're keeping it simple, very straightforward, and we're letting them know, hey, these are the times that we have. This is what we're going to go over. What works for you, okay? If they message you and say like, "Oh, hey, like, how are you? I wanted to reach out about the travel agent opportunity," but whatever the case may be, right? You want to engage in that conversation with them, right? So you can also respond with, "Hey, I'm great. Like, thanks for asking. It's nice to meet you. There's a meeting today or tomorrow, whatever the next meeting time is, at blank time," right? Obviously, if you guys are talking to someone in the UK, use the UK time for the meeting. And you can say, "It really explains everything in detail about the business and is by invite only. Would you like to grab a spot?" Okay. Or, "There's actually a meeting today," right? There's a couple different variations, right? So with this one, if they say, "Yes, absolutely," then we're going to move on, right? If they say, for this one, if they give you the meeting time that works best for them, then you're going to move on, right? Okay. Or they might say, "Hey, that time doesn't work out for me." Then you can give them one more meeting time, right? If you've given them two, give them one more. If you've given them one meeting time, give them two more. Okay. Are you guys following along with that so far? Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. So once they have confirmed a meeting time that works for them, and this is through Facebook, right? So we're sticking with Facebook. So once they have confirmed a meeting time that works with them, you want to immediately get their phone number, right? We want to move this to text message. If you are talking to someone who's in a different country, then you can use WhatsApp, right? So I do WhatsApp for, I'm obviously in the US, so I do WhatsApp for anybody in the UK, anybody in Australia, anybody in Mexico. For anybody in the US, I text them, okay? So you guys can do that. So you want to say, "Awesome." Oh, the reason why we text or WhatsApp is because it's more of a direct notification, right? So if you're sending through Facebook Messenger, that things can get lost in there. People don't always check their Facebook, right? So there's things like that. Also, same with email. People don't always check their email. Emails can get like swamped really quickly. So the easiest and most effective way to contact people most of the time is through text. Okay. So that's why we want to move that over to phone number or WhatsApp if you're doing international. Okay. So you want to say, "Awesome. Looks like we have a couple spots left. I just need your phone number for the confirmation." Okay. This is only, again, if we're starting off in Facebook Messenger, we want to move to the phone number. Okay. Once they give us the phone number, or if you're already texting them, then you want to say, "Great, I have you confirmed. You'll need to download the Zoom app on your phone or create a free account at zoom.us or .us. I will send you the meeting ID about 30, I like to do about 30 to 45 minutes prior to the meeting to give like, I like to set a reminder on my phone as well, but then it gives like a little bit of leeway. Let's say like I'm working on something or I'm at my full-time job, right? And I'm doing something and the 30-minute reminder comes up and I'm not able to do it right then and there, or the 45-minute reminder comes up, I'm not able to do it right right then and there. I need like another minute or two. That's why I like to give a range. That's up to you guys in your situation. If you guys are not working and you know that you have that time when that 30 minutes comes up to send that message right away, then go for it, right? We say, I look forward to seeing you there. I also would immediately text them and be like, hey, this is your name, confirming you for the meeting at whatever time. Okay. I would immediately text them so that way they have your number right away and then they can save it. Right. So then about 30 to 45 minutes prior to the meeting, you want to say, hi, confirming you. Again, you want to confirm them, right? So confirming you for the meeting today at blah, blah, blah. Please confirm by responding in order to receive the Zoom link to be able to join the meeting, okay? If they do not respond to you, then you don't send the meeting, okay? Because we're prompting them, we're telling them, hey, you need to confirm with me that you are going to be there in order to receive the Zoom link, okay? So if they don't respond, do not send them the link. Most likely they were not going to show up anyways, okay? And this is something that I really struggled with when I first started. And this is something that's really important with the posture. This one, and then the very first, I'm going to scroll back up. The very first message, right? So like if they didn't respond to the very first one, but they just told me they were interested, and if they didn't respond to this one, then those were the two places that I struggled the most when I first started, because you want to get people into the meetings, you want to start ranking up, you want to do all these things, right? You have all these goals. However, this is really, really, really important in the posture aspect and will be really important down the line, okay? So the way that we teach you how to do everything is to start building up these skills and the posture so that way down the line, when you're at gold, when you're at platinum, those basics of the foundation of team building is already in set, and then you can start moving on to learning more advanced skills like closing, right? So in order to learn closing, you have to know how to maintain your posture. And in order to learn how to maintain your posture, you have to be okay with people not showing up or people telling you no or people ghosting, right? Because people are going to be people. That is probably, again, one of the biggest things that you guys have to kind of work through, that I've had to work through, that I still work through today, right? Like sometimes I'll have a day and I'm just like, dang, like nobody's showing up, nobody's responding back to me, like, and it can be frustrating, but you have to remember, you have to maintain your posture, okay? So do not respond or do not send them the meeting link if they do not respond to you, okay? Once they respond and they say, yes, confirming whatever they want to say, then then you'll send them the meeting link, okay? So you'll say meeting starts at whatever time you're scheduling them for. Click join meeting and enter meeting ID. So this one right here is for our travel knowledge meetings, okay? So you guys can see back on that start.me, we have US TK presentations, right? These are the travel knowledge meetings. So that's what this link is for. That's in the script, okay? So this link is for these meetings, okay? You also have the US corporate link, okay? This is for these meetings, corporate presentations, okay? So the ones that work best for you guys are typically the Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Okay, that's about, I think, 7 p.m. for you guys. And then 9 a.m. is what time is it right now for you guys? It is, don't tell me I have my thing. Oh, okay. So 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. It's 4:20 right now for you. 11 a.m. is going to be 7 p.m. for you. I think is that what I said? Whatever. And then 9 a.m. is going to be 5 p.m. for you. Okay. So 9 a.m. is going to be 5 p.m. for you. 11 a.m. is going to be 7 p.m. for you. So those ones are probably going to be the ones that work best. You might be able to do a 12 p.m. too. That would be about 8 p.m. for you guys. Okay, but the 3 p.m.s and the 6 p.m.s, those are probably not going to work because 3 p.m. I think is like midnight for you guys, or like 11 p.m. And then 6 p.m. is going to be like the middle of the night for you guys. Okay, so I would focus when you're scheduling prospects If you're in the UK, I would focus on the 12 p.m.s, 9 a.m.s, and the 11 a.m.s, okay? Not saying that you guys can't schedule for the other ones. By all means, go for it. If you're going to be awake, go for it, right? But those ones are probably going to be the ones that work out the best for you. So those are the different meeting links, okay? And you'll see the different Zoom information is on the different prospect presentation calendars. So like you can see the passcode and the Zoom ID right here. And then same thing for here, you can see the Zoom ID, so you can match that up to the specific link. Now, once you send this 30 to 45 minutes prior to the meeting, you get a little bit of a break, right? And so this is really where the hand scheduling, like this whole process, it takes a little bit longer. It requires a little bit more attention. And this is why I love Calendly specifically. That's the one that I use. But this is why I love that, right? So Australia meetings, you guys don't have to schedule for those. I think those would be really weird times for you anyways, but those are also on there as well. Okay, so the next step is checking them into the webinar, okay? So with the corporate meetings, so the 11 a.m.s, you guys cannot see the participant list, okay? So it's really, really, really important to do this next step. And then with the travel knowledge meetings, you guys can see the participants. However, it's still really, really important to do this next step, okay? So within the first 5 minutes of the meeting starting, you also want to log in. And when you're first starting, I suggest logging in and listening to the meeting a few times and the different presenters and just getting a feel of how they run their presentation, when they normally end, what time around they normally end, because different presenters end at different times. So I would just suggest to listen in on them. You don't have to like fully pay attention, but just kind of like listen in, pop a headphone in or something like that, listen in on them and just kind of get familiar with each presenter's, style. So you want to make sure they're in the meeting, right? So get them to the meeting, right? You've done a bunch of work to get them to the meeting. And then the next one is, it doesn't go into that. That's fine. And then the next step is to check them in, right? And then we're going to stop after checking them in. So I believe, here we go, what to do during a prospect presentation. So we're going to stop when we check them in, okay? So I personally do it within the first 2 minutes. If I'm not getting a text, message, email from a prospect, or I do not see them in the participant list, I'm messaging them, okay? I'm texting them or WhatsApp, right? And I'm just saying, hey, name, we are on the travel meeting. Where are you? Okay, again, very simple, very straightforward, okay? And we're maintaining that posture. A lot of the times you'll find that this gets them into the meeting, right? Or they tell you why they can't make it and then you reschedule, okay? So that's what you do when you're checking them into the meeting. Are we following along so far? Does everything make sense? Yes, okay, perfect. Well, my voice is a little raspy. Like I said, it's morning time for me. Okay, beautiful. So that is how to schedule people, hand schedule people, okay? So when we are using Calendly, it's a little bit of the same process, but Calendly does a lot of that work for you, okay? So let me close all of these. So I want to show you guys before we get into that, actually, let me share my whole desktop. I want to show you guys a couple of different ways on how to save those scripts, right? I close that, I didn't need to. So a couple of free ways I want to show you guys first, and then I'm going to show you guys what I use. So you can have, if you have an iPhone, Androids, I'm so sorry, I don't know if they do this, but if you have an iPhone, you can start a notes app, right, on your laptop, on your phone. Even if you have an Android, you can start some sort of note. I think you can do that on your phone, or you can even do like a Google Drive, right? So you can literally just copy and paste. So that way, when you're hand scheduling, you can just go in and copy and paste, right? And then just adjust the time. So you can title it like invite scripts, and then we'll take off this part, right? And then now you have that whole script ready for you. So you can just copy that, paste that. You can also add in this one, right? Okay, now you can just copy that, add in their name, add in the meeting time, and move on. Then you can add in these two. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Right? And you can add in like little messages for yourself. Like, so if on Facebook, if texting like this. Okay, do you guys see where I'm going with this? How this is all, I'm setting this up. It takes a little bit of time to set it up, but I'm setting it up so that way when I'm prospecting, I have that ready for me to just copy and paste, okay? You guys can also just share or save this to your Google Drive, right? You can make a copy, save it, then you can copy and paste from there. Do you guys see how I'm setting that up to make it a little bit easier? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. So that is one way, right? I really love using my notes app on my laptop and my phone because again, it connects to everything. So I can make edits on either one and it connects to it. Okay. I also add in those prospect ads. So I have a bunch in. I'm trying a couple more out before I add them to the Google Doc for you guys. But I have a bunch on here, right? That I can then just copy, paste, and post. So I'll show you guys how I do that and how I streamline that process too. And then I'm going to move on to my phone right now. And then if you guys, do you guys have iPhones or Androids? iPhone? Okay, beautiful, because I know how to work that and I can show you guys. iPhone, beautiful. Okay. So then another way, if you go to your settings, you want to go to general. Let me see if I can remember this. I'm going to go to keyboard and then text replacement. Okay. So I've deleted mine since I got this other app, but what you can do is you can add them, right? You put in the phrase. So let's go back to our notes. Here we go, right? We have those invite scripts. So you put in the phrase here, copy, paste, and then you can put in a shortcut. So like, let's say you wanted to do script 1, right? Save. So now anytime that you guys go in and type on your keyboard S1, it pops up the script, okay? So that is another way that you guys can add in those scripts to really help streamline that process. Okay, so you can either add them in on your notes, copy and paste. You can add them in as a keyboard shortcut, or my absolute favorite, because this one is called Wordboard. For anybody who has an Android, it's called Lazy Board. I love this. It is, you do have to pay for it. So let's see if I can show you guys. I couldn't find it earlier, but let's see if I can show you guys the, oh no, that's not what I want. Okay, I don't know how to show you guys that. I was trying to figure it out earlier, but I couldn't figure it out. So it has, I have, as you can see, I have a ton of different scripts on here, right? But what I love about Wordboard especially is that it saves the format, right? So when you start using Calendly, you format it a little bit differently, okay? And what I love about Wordboard is it saves the format. So let's say this is an example, right? Keyboard preview. Let's say I want to send, somebody messaged me on, as you can see, I have one for Craigslist, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Someone messaged me and I want to invite them to the meeting. I just pressed Craigslist, that Craigslist, Facebook, LinkedIn, right? And it automatically populates my script with spacing all correct. Let's say somebody after the meeting tells me that they're ready, right? You can see here I have quite a few welcome links because that means I have a few different accounts. We can get into that later. But let's say somebody messaged me saying, hey, I'm ready to sign up. I just click on the welcome link. The script with the welcome script and link automatically pop up, okay? With this correct spacing. So all I have to do is click on the welcome link and click send, okay? So this has really helped streamline, especially for myself who's working full time, when people are messaging me asking for the meeting information, or if there's a meeting going on while I'm at work and they're asking me to, that they're ready to get started. It has saved me so much time and has allowed me to grow so much more because I'm able to get that right away, right? I'm able to get that going right away while still being at work and doing whatever I need to do, okay? So it only takes a few seconds rather than writing out all of that information. You can even add in your meeting confirmation, right? So this one I think is different, but you can add in your different scripts, right? You can break it down into initial welcome scripts, like the different things. You can title them different things. You can color code them, right? You guys can see I have a ton here. So if I have a no-show Zoom, I even have that on here, right? No-show Zoom. Look, hey, this is Halia Kekahuna. We are on the travel meeting. Where are you? Right? I have that all in here. Okay. So I have all of my different scripts. I even have travel consultation, right? I have my link for my travel consultation. So you guys can use this for the travel side as well, right? All the different things. Okay. So let's go into and do a live example of what that looks like. Or at the very minimum, I will show you. Okay. So I know Sarah talked about posting onto Facebook, right? We also, I can't remember if we talked about engaging and commenting. So I'm going to show you that this is actually perfect that this popped up right now. I am going to show you what that looks like, right? So this person is posting in this group, asking for help, looking for part-time work, right? So I'm just going to like, love, react however I want to. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, hi. I'm going to tag her. And I'm going to engage in that conversation, right, about what she's posting. So she's posting about community service, how she's not able to work, right? So we're gonna say something of like, I'm sorry to hear about your health issues. I hope everything is okay, right? We want to acknowledge that. And we're going to space it. I've been working from home as a travel agent. Oh, that's not travel. There we go. Travel agent for almost 3 years now. And it's the best decision I've ever made, right? I'm able to set my hours or set my own hours around my life and be in full control over the income I bring in. And I always like to space it a little bit and add in, plus I earn travel perks along the way, or I'll say like travel perks for myself, something along those lines, and I'll put in a little travel emoji. Let me know if you want more info. Happy to chat. Now I used to put like you can text me or PM me and leave my number. However, a lot of the groups I've noticed are now cracking down and not allowing like phone numbers in the comments. So I have stopped doing that. And I have a group about how to become a travel agent. So I've been tagging that instead. But I would just review the group rules, leave your contact info, right? And then that is another way to invite people, right? To get people to meetings, okay? So people are going to like this, they're going to comment on this, they're going to message me. That is another way to get invites or to get people invited, okay? So let me see if I haven't checked my Facebook today, so let me see if there are. That's just approved. Perfect. Okay, so we have a post, right? Now, Casey is one of our agents, but we have a post. Just got approved an hour ago, okay? So we have the post here. I actually have to edit that. I forgot UK. Look at that. Great. Okay, so we have the post here, right? When people start commenting on that, or when people like it, so you can see the list of likes on this right-hand side. So kind of where this little arrow, I'll put the little arrow there. There will be an invite button if you are in professional mode, okay? You want to invite them to follow you. We have this one too. Let me see if there is one of my memes so I can show you guys. Perfect. Okay. So I posted a meme, right? I'm working on getting more people to follow me. So you guys can see the invite buttons, right? So you want to invite people to follow you whenever they like your content, your posts, your comments, whatever the case may be. And then you'll go into those messages and you'll start talking to people, okay? So let's see. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. So this is an example, right? Hi, we had a conversation in the comments and she asked me to message her. I said, please message me. I don't want my comment being lost or my message being lost in the spam folder, right? So she messaged me, so I knew who she was. So I said, hey, Tasha, thank you for inquiring regarding the travel agent opportunity. This is why I feel like it's so much easier with Calendly, right? Because all I did was use my word board right here. You can see word board. And I pressed that and I scrolled up and changed hello to hey Tasha because I knew her name and I knew who she was, right? I knew we had previously been having a conversation. Okay. So we will go into detail about our company. You can see the script is all there. It says my Calendly link, blah, blah, blah. So this says, hi, could you please just give me a bit more info about what you are providing, right? I have a 5-month-old and don't want to waste anyone's time if this isn't the right fit for me, right? So these are all this is asking different questions about the meeting, okay? And what we want to do is maintain that posture, right? I already told her what we're going to go into about it during the meeting, right? So I'm going to tell her, hey, all the info is gone over during the meeting, okay? We want to get them to the meeting, right? Remember, Sarah said we're really just professional schedulers, right? That's what we're learning how to do. So that's what we're doing. If we're stuck answering questions back and forth before the meeting, then there's no point for them to go to the meeting, right? And we lose posture. Okay, so it's really important to really hold. You can also think of it as like boundaries type of thing, right? So I'm going to be polite, but I'm going to be firm, right? Hey, Tasha, congrats on your new baby. We do go over all of the info during the meeting. And I can even give her, I'm going to add in one of those scripts here, right? I'm just going to edit that. I'm going to edit the script. So you guys can see I have the different scripts in here for different platforms where I can just add in like our agency pay structure, responsibilities, and perks of being a travel agent, right? Please use the link provided above to self-schedule accordingly. So I didn't have to write all of that out, right? I just pasted the link onto there and edited it, right? Now I'm going to send, okay? And you guys can see, let's see, a different Regina. Perfect. This is one where I had a little bit more of a conversation, right? This person was asking a lot of questions. Said, hey, I have some questions about the program. What is the cost, right? All the different things. I'm not answering all of those questions in the chat. That is what the meeting is for, right? We go over all of that info during the meeting. So I asked her, hey, have you already attended a meeting? No, didn't know there was one. Okay, great. Let's start there because that will answer all of those questions, right? And more that I'm sure you'll have as we start talking about everything. So let's get you set up with that. You see how I'm editing the script just a little bit based off of this specific situation, but then I go right back into that script, right? So I pasted that script and edited the top just like I did in the previous one. Sounds great. Thank you. And she's scheduled. Okay. So let me stop sharing my screen. Are you guys following so far before we get into Calendly? Beautiful. Which way so far do you guys like more to save your scripts? Am I still recording? Oh, yeah, I am. Okay. Do you guys like in your notes app, the keyboard shortcuts or Wordboard? Let me see if I can find out how much Wordboard is for you guys. Let me know before we move on and go into Calendly. Okay, let's see. Using notes. Okay, cool. Wordboard is not showing me how much it is. All right, I'll see if I can find that out later. Okay, so let's go into Calendly. So as you can see, the script is a little bit different when you're using Calendly, but really not by much, right? So where is, it might be in Craigslist. Okay, perfect. So the script is a little bit different when you're using Calendly, but not by much, right? So you just say, hello, thank you for inquiring regarding the travel agent opportunity. I have attached the following link for you to pick a day and time to meet us online. Insert your Calendly link. We will go into detail about our company, the training process, our vendors, compensation breakdown, and much more, right? We do have limited space, so please let me know when you make an appointment, okay? And then you leave your name. Or there's also, let me see where I posted it. I'll have to add in the other one. There's Hiree, which is a different one. So there's this version, right? So let's schedule an online meeting. We'll be going over our agency pay structure, responsibilities, and perks of being a travel agent. Thank you. Enter in your Calendly. So there's a couple different variations. Both of them are fine. Okay. Let's go over Calendly and how to set it up. Okay. So we have two different trainings. Okay. Setting it up and then setting it up for corporate, which is super, super simple. Okay. And then I also attached my Calendly for reference. So you guys can see mine. You guys can copy and paste if you want to. Okay. So you have this, you can copy and paste it. Just if you want to change to just your personal phone number, right there, just one, go for it. You can see the different times available. Okay. And you can see the different meetings. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to set up a Calendly account. Now, this is paid when you're doing a group meeting. This is paid. It's about $16 US a month. Okay. And it's the best $16 I've ever spent in my life. Let me tell you that. Okay. So you can see it's so much easier to send the scripts with the Calendly link because I don't have to go back and forth. Okay. I also don't have to remind them when the meeting happens. I don't have to go in and message them. I don't have to go in and make sure that they're coming. Like it does all of that for me. Okay. I still go in and check them in, but the whole invite process, Calendly takes care of that. Okay. So how I have this set up is I have one meeting for corporate, that's this one, and it has the corporate presentation times on there. And then I have one meeting for travel knowledge, and that's this one. Okay. And it has the travel knowledge meeting on there. So I had this one first. So let's do this one. You guys can see I have the different titles. So remote travel agent meeting. You don't want to use words like webinar or informational meeting, right? No, we want to use remote travel agent meeting. Okay. I have this one titled our alternate time / weekends. Because this is during the week, we have alternate times, like 9 a.m., 6 p.m., and then we have weekends on here. And then now this is where it's been getting a little funky for people. So you can leave this location blank and then we'll put in the Zoom link later, right? So you want to do 60-minute duration because the meeting's about an hour. You can leave this location blank or you can put like custom, right? And then you want to put in this text. So again, copy and paste this, okay? Copy and paste this and add it to yours. Make sure you're editing to your contact info and your name, okay? So 2024 is your year. We're in October. I'm probably going to change that to 2025 at the end of the month, okay? So you just want to make sure you're updating with when the year changes, right? But 2024 is your year. This will be a live meeting that explains everything. This is a remote opportunity. Are you ready? Let's schedule you for a live meeting. The location will be sent out to you after confirmation. Okay. At the end of the meeting, please make sure you text my number and then my name. Okay. And then we're going to get into hosts and invitees. We want to have 99 as the max. And you want to make sure that you do not display the remaining spots on the booking page, okay? Then we want to set our scheduling settings. You want to do 2 or 3 days. And then when you're adding in the times, you want to click right here on where it has like the different days. And I like to go to calendar view. So you want to make sure you're at custom hours. It's going to have working hours by default. You want to go down to custom hours and you want to go to calendar view because it makes it so much easier to copy and paste from the calendar, right? The different times. So you want to add in the times that the meetings are at. By that, you just click on the day. You can edit the date or you can edit all Saturdays, right? I like to, when I'm doing it for the month, I like to edit all Saturdays because typically the meetings are at the same time every single week. So you can edit all Saturdays. It'll probably give you a typical like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You just go in here and you select the correct time, okay? And you do the start time at whatever time the meeting starts and the end time at an hour after, okay? Are we following along so far? I'm going to go through Calendly pretty quickly because like I said, there's a recorded training on it. And I just kind of want to show you guys the process. So if you decide to use Calendly, you kind of have an idea of what it looks like, okay? Then we're going to close and you want to make sure you're always pressing save and close. I'm not making any edits, so I'm going back. I don't have any buffer times. I do have a minimum notice. I have 10 minutes. You guys can do 5 minutes. You guys can do sooner than that. But I have 10 minutes. Daily limit, I think this is default. And then you want the time zone to be displayed in the user invitees. So that means that if you are in the UK, but somebody else is in the US, you want to make sure that when they're looking at your Calendly, the time zone is shown in their time zone, okay? And then again, always press save and close. And then booking page options, you want to make sure it has, this should already populate. You can add in asking for their phone number and you can add in how did you hear about us? I like to add that in just so I know like where all my prospects are coming from. I'll show you guys how to have the text on there. And then you want to make sure it displays the confirmation page. Okay. Then we're gonna go down into notifications and workflows and confirmations, okay? So our email confirmation immediately after booking. And we add in the Zoom link, right? So this is where you can add in the Zoom link and change based off of the corporate versus the travel knowledge. And then the rest of this stuff will be the same, okay? So when you're changing when you're doing the two separate meetings, the only differences are the Zoom link and then the times available, right? So you want to add in all of this info to start join a scheduled Zoom meeting. Make sure you input your name and invited by Halia. Otherwise, we call you, Samsung or iPhone. Audio options, pick audio using internet or computer, right? This is just instructions on how to utilize Calendly. Then we're also prompting them to let us know that they've joined the meeting, right? Not everybody's going to do this, and this is why we check them in. Okay, so after you join the meeting, please text me. See you there, and I leave my contact info again. Okay, and then this stuff is already on there. So this sends to them immediately after they have booked, right, to their email address. Okay, to the email address that, or they can reply to my email, right? But this sends to whatever email address they put in when they were entering in their info, okay? Then we have email cancellation. It's pretty simple. I have just added, if you need to reschedule, please do so here, and added in my Calendly link, right? So they can reschedule. And then we have email reminders, okay? I have 1 hour before the meeting and 24 hours before the meeting with that same information from the confirmation, right? I literally copy and pasted it. Okay, that's it. And then I also have a text reminder. So this is where that text reminder phone number will come in. So I just edit, I put it on, and I edit and I say Zoom meeting ID. This stuff is already on there, right? I just added Zoom meeting ID with the password and my name. Okay, this is sent 30 minutes before the event. So they get an hour, a reminder 24 hours before, 1 hour before, and 30 minutes before. Okay. So do you see how I don't have to do any of that? That's already done. And then I have an email follow-up, right? This is sent immediately after the meeting is over, right? So it sends 1 minute after the hour. Okay. And this is just, again, copy and pasted. If you would like to reschedule, I have the link in there to reschedule. I look forward to working with you. I have them text me different things, and then I want to hear from them soon, right? And it has 1 minute after it is scheduled or after it is over. And then again, another thing I love about Calendly is you only have to do the work once, right? So you only have to do the main work once. Once you have one meeting up, you can come into the settings and you can clone it, okay? And this is how I set up the corporate meeting. So you can clone it and then just go in here and change the specific things like the Zoom link, right? And the days. So you can go in, edit those, calendar view, edit those, and you can edit all Sundays. You can take the times off, right? Edit all days. You can take the times off and then add the new times on, right? So 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Okay. And then the only other thing that you need to change are the confirmations with the Zoom link, okay? And the reminders with the Zoom link. So right here, our Zoom link, you just add in the corporate, okay? That's it. Those are the only things that you would need to change. Everything else you've already set up the one time, right? So that's all that you guys need to do for Calendly. And then you can see your link right here. Okay, and this is the link that I send out to people so they can see both meeting times, because when you click on this, you see both meeting times. Okay. All right. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to stop recording.